few things are more critical this time of year than the health of a team's roster. Obviously, the Dallas Cowboys are far from immune to both this reality and the injury bug itself, but they've been luckier than most others in this regard. To help in that aspect, they sat Ezekiel Elliott, Tyron and Zack in the regular season finale against the New York Giants, the goal being to give rest to three of the most important players on the team. It worked in spades, and Elliott used the protection from Martin and co. to rack up nearly 169 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns to help take down the Seattle Seahawks in the wild-card round. They'd unfortunately lose wide receiver Allen Hurns to a season-ending leg injury, and continue to monitor some nagging injuries elsewhere in the wideout core, including a new one on Cole Beasley. Things aren't all sunshine for the Los Angeles Rams though, the team waiting to host the Cowboys in the divisional round. With practice for both clubs now underway, let's take a look at the injury reports leading into Saturday, Jan. 12. In the end, they'll be a huge determinant in who ascends to the NFC Championship game, and who does some deep couch sitting. H.T. Todd Archer of ESPN, Tuesday, did not participate. Wednesday, did not participate. Thursday, did not participate. Final status, questionable game-day decision, in __. Cole Beasley continues to battle. The veteran now has a new ailment he'll try to work through to remain available for the Cowboys, having not missed any games this season but went down against the visiting Seattle Seahawks in the wild-card game with a new injury. He'd returned to the game after being evaluated by the training staff, now has a high ankle sprain in addition to the foot sprain he suffered weeks prior against the New Orleans Saints. He was hopeful to be available for the divisional round, but that determination set to be made ahead of kickoff. It was, and Beasley will play after looking good in pre-game warm-ups. Tuesday, did not participate. Wednesday, did not participate. Thursday, did not participate. Final status, questionable game-day decision, in __. It was the tale of two sides for Jarwin lately, delivering a career-best, and franchise record-setting, game in Week 17 against the New York Giants before struggling in the wild-card game when the Seahawks came to town. He'd also find himself fighting an ankle injury severe enough to hold him out of practice on Tuesday, putting a sizable question mark on his status for the divisional round against the Los Angeles Rams. This could have been a big loss, especially with Jeff Swaim already on injured reserve, but the Cowboys have ruled Jarwin in for the battle. Tuesday, did not participate. Wednesday, did not participate. Thursday, did not participate. Final status, out __. If you're waiting on Irving to return to the field, you should stop holding your breath. At this point, it'll happen when and if it happens, thanks to both a high ankle sprain and personal matters that have kept him away from the facility. Owner Jerry Jones has now stopped giving weekly predictions on Irving, and that's wise considering the reality of the situation. It's unclear when Irving will be healthy enough to again take the field, having now played only 2 games this season between injury, the 4-game suspension and the aforementioned personal matters. Even when his body is ready, it doesn't mean his personal life will be. Tuesday, did not participate. Wednesday, limited. Thursday, full participant. Final status, in __. Brown isn't having the best time thus far in his return from injured reserve. Activated to the active roster on the back end of the season, the veteran wideout is still working to find his game wheels and chemistry with Prescott. He's back on the injury report following a wild-card game wherein one of his targets turned into a tip drill end zone interception, but the good news is it's not related to the hamstring injury that sidelined him most of the season. This time it appears he simply suffered from an undisclosed illness, but he's fine now. Tuesday, did not participate. Wednesday, limited. Thursday, limited. Final status, questionable __. No David Irving means Maliek Collins is that much more important to what the Cowboys do up front defensively. Collins has had a career season in 2018 for the Cowboys, operating as the starting 3-tech and rotating with Tyron Crawford. The ankle injury he's dealing with is far from the first health issue he's had in his career, but he's shown the grit to battle through and remain available in all 3 seasons at the professional level. He'll try to keep that streak alive for the second round of the playoffs, and the Cowboys better hope it does. Tuesday, limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, full participant final status, in __. The team got reminded of what Austin is capable of in the wildcard game, but he's still not healthy. He missed the majority of the year after having his groin muscle torn from the bone in Week 6 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and returned near the end of the year with the hopes of making an impact in the playoffs. Despite a holding penalty that robbed him of a long touchdown return against the Seahawks, he was able to deliver a 51-yard return as well, although the offense couldn't capitalize. The problem is he didn't feel great in limited duty before the wild card, and was pulled for evaluation after the aforementioned 51-yarder because the groin injury is still nagging him. The Cowboys were hopeful he'd be available against the Rams, and he is. Tuesday, limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, limited final status, questionable __. It was definitely a scare for the Cowboys to see Su'a-Filo go down with injury in Week 17, and with nothing more to gain than momentum in the game. After escaping the first half with no medical issues from any player, the starting left guard went down to open the second half with what's being described as an ankle injury. He'd ultimately have the offending ankle retaped but wouldn't return to the game. Su'a-Filo recently played through a gouged eye that forced him to a hospital emergency room, and has battled an ankle injury on the back end of the season. He's muscled through for the most part, but was ruled out against the Seahawks. Connor Williams did well against Seattle, but it'll be all hands on deck against Aaron Donald, which means Su'a-Filo's availability will be key. Tuesday, limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, limited final status, questionable __. Thompson appeared on the injury report after Week 17. Having not seen any substantial time on the field since signing with the Cowboys during the season, the veteran is utilized mostly as insurance at the safety position and in a minimal special teams capacity. The team has been lucky enough to see their safety core remain durable once Xavier Woods returned to the fold early in the year, but would still like to see Thompson available against the Rams should something go awry. He was made inactive against the Seahawks. Tuesday, limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, full participant final status, in __. He's not fully healthy yet, but he's still playing at a high level. Smith returned in Week 14 to battle the Eagles, and while he looked like the all-pro that he can be at times, he clearly wasn't 100%. Dealing with the remnants of a stinger and now wearing a knee brace on his elbow. Yes, you read that correctly. The veteran left tackle was back to full duty before being rested when the team took the field at MetLife Stadium. The Cowboys didn't push him too hard initially, and continued to be deliberate with his workload in practice. At this point, there's no reason to believe he'll be anywhere but on the field for the divisional round. Tuesday, limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, full participant final status, in __. Martin missed the first game of football at any level in Week 15 against the Indianapolis Colts, but returned to help the Cowboys clinch the division title 1 week later. His medial collateral ligament sprain is something that's plagued him all season, and the more rest the All-Pro can get, the better. To that end, he was made inactive in Week 17, but was a go for wildcard weekend. Much like Smith at this point, limiting him in practice is simply about managing his injury, and not because he's suffered any type of setback. He's suiting up, and that's great news against the Rams' defensive front. Tuesday, limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, full participant final status, in __. It was terrifying in the moment, but Crawford is officially okay. The fantastic news came less than 24 hours after the Cowboys were forced to strap the veteran defensive lineman to a board and cart him away, before immediately taking him to a local area hospital for tests. Head coach Jason Garrett said after the victory over the Buccaneers that Crawford had been released from the hospital after his initial tests came back negative for any serious concerns, and he spent the night in his own home. Additional tests showed no issues and the veteran is feeling no ill effects, but was held out of the regular season finale for precautionary reasons. He battled the Seahawks, and will be just as fiery against the Rams. Tuesday, full participant. Wednesday, full participant. Thursday, full participant. Final status, in __. One of the headline attractions of the injury report, Lee now has several game reps under his belt. News has conflicted on whether the All-Pro linebacker is healthy or not, with differing stories coming from within the organization. EVP Stephen Jones said emphatically Lee was not a healthy scratch in Week 16, but the jury remains out on that one. He logged only 4 snaps in the wild-card win against the Seahawks 2 weeks later, but that can also be attributed to the lights-out play of rookie sensation Leighton Vander Esch that said, Lee wouldn't be on the injury report if there was nothing to report. Nonetheless, he's set to take on the Rams, even if only in a rotational capacity. Tuesday, full participant. Wednesday, full participant. Thursday, full participant. Final status, in __. Another new addition to the injury report for the Cowboys, veteran safety Jeff Heath got banged up a bit by the Seahawks. His ailment is being listed as a wrist injury, but he still began the week with the full workload in practice, leading to the obvious assumption he'll play versus the Rams. That's of course barring any type of setback on the injury, but there isn't a ton of depth at the safety position for Dallas, although Kevin Frazier is ready and quite able to step in and make an impact if Heath had to miss any snaps. With Thompson battling injury as well, however, Heath remaining in the fold is integral to standing a chance against the Los Angeles passing attack. Good news is, he seems okay. Tuesday, full participant. Wednesday, full participant. Thursday, full participant. Final status, in __. Prescott is new to the injury report, but there's seemingly nothing to be concerned with here. One of the more durable quarterbacks in the NFL, the former Rookie of the Year hasn't missed a single start since taking the reins in 2016. It does appear he injured his knee to some degree against the Seattle Seahawks in the wildcard game though, but nothing to a degree that stopped him from running to convert on 3rd and 16 with the game on the line. If anything, it looks like the Cowboys are listing him because they have no choice, per NFL rules. A full participant in practice all week, there's no reason to believe Prescott is in any real trouble health-wise. The final injury report for the Rams is much shorter, and it was headlined this week by All-Pro running back Todd Gurley, who sat Week 17 with a knee injury. Listed as limited on Tuesday, he remained with that designation on Wednesday but ramped up to a full workload on Thursday. Considering he and the team also had a first-round bye, it was exceedingly unlikely he'd be ruled out of the coming battle with the Cowboys, and the Rams haven't ruled out anyone for the battle. The loaned out comes by way of defensive lineman Ethan Westbrook's battling a thigh injury, a rotational piece at best for the Rams. Los Angeles is healthy as a horse, or rather, a goat.